The Action for Transparency app is a tool, is one of the tools that under the Action for Transparency project is being used to assist members of the public or end users and also government officials to monitor how resources are being used within the public primary schools and health centers.
The app that we use, one of the platforms whereby anybody can report suspected mismanagement or even corruption. That app was, the idea of it was conceived by one of my colleagues at FOJO Media Institute.
We decided to bring this official launch of the FOT app to Peter Kibukosya Primary Schools because it's one of the schools that we have been carrying out the FOT project, specifically doing the public expenditure tracking surveys. We identified it as one of the schools that had very good management of its resources, and therefore, and also the ambience. I think they have done a very good job of creating a good environment for visitors for this school.
We have already implemented it in Zambia and Uganda, where a lot of corruption was divulged, and we could work against corruption there. And we are now looking forward to the implementation in Kenya, to get many reports and to be able to use them to fight corruption in Kenya.
We as parents, we are supposed to participate in the development of the school. We as parents, we are supposed to identify the programs being undertaken by this particular institution or any other. And that is a requirement by law.
So parents, I want to thank you for coming. It's an indicator to the other heads from the other institutions that the parents of Peter Kibukosya are very active in promoting education of their children, and that is why you're present here today.
Walimu wanataka waende retreat, waende starehe. Wanaojibidani Mombasa, sisi tunapigwa na jokali hapa, wanaenda kujibidani Mombasa, walipie na prefects. Unasikia?
Nataka kujua pesa za serikali zinatumika aje kwa hospitali? Hata kwa hiyo shule, mbona wanaitisha pesa kama shule ni ya nini? Kama shule ni ya bure.
Kitu nataka niwaambie ni ya kwamba mnaweza kufanya nini? Shida zenyu zitaweza kutatuliwa. Unaona shirika la Transparency International wakishirikiana na Pawa 254 sawa sawa, pamoja na Swedish Embassy wamekaa up na platform ama app sawa sawa, ambayo unaweza download kwa simu yako pale, unaenda kwa Google Play, una download hiyo app. Inaitwa Action for
kidogo hiyo
app nimesema ukiwa na simu, si app ya juu.
We've heard from the entertainment here about FOT, haven't we? When you're using your smartphone, there's what we call Play Store. That is where all the applications are stored. And look for FOT. It will bring the Action for Transparency app. You download the app, and then it will direct you to open and start using the app.
Citizen participation is key. Citizen oversight is important, and it's a useful mechanism given to us by a constitution to hold those who are charged with certain responsibilities to account so that we can be able to move forward.
Are we participating in budgetary processes? Are we participating in parents' meeting at our schools? But what information do you use to participate? That is the information that we're trying to bring closer to the people. In the app, currently we have information for 20 public primary schools within Embakasi. Budgetary information, allocation and expenditure. You're able to see budgetary information, you're able to see the expenditures and for both the health centers and primary schools. Then on the same app, when you're very in tandem with what is happening at your school, you will identify something that is not going the right way. So we have a component of the app for reporting any mis-anomaly that you identify. I've also noticed that some of us do not have money. You might be wanting to participate also in the Action for Transparency project. We have a toll-free number for those who do not have money. 0800 720 721. It's free for charge for those using Safaricom line. You can call us, ask to talk to an officer within Transparency International and make your report. Then from there we are able to follow up on any complaints that you have reported. The reports that you do on the app, you cannot see who made that report, not even identify where you are from. So it is very safe to use the app, don't fear reporting, so that we are able also to address some of these issues that are affecting both our health and education system. I'll kindly ask our guests to approach so that we can do the formal launch led by our guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to officially launch the A4T app.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Today's launch of the FOT ICT accountability platforms also marks the launch of a scale-up of the project to an additional 52 public primary schools within Nairobi County. So we're happy that it's not just going to be something that Embakasi residents can enjoy, but it can be enjoyed by other residents of Nairobi, and thus enforce accountability in other parts of Nairobi with regard to the education and health sector.
Tunataka kuacha kiondo kwa hii boma ya Peter Kibukosya Primary School, and as you can see, it's a very tech-savvy kiondo. Ni kiondo ya kubeba software, serious software, computer software, and most importantly, the Action for Transparency application. That is the purpose of this kiondo. And as we hand it over to Madam Francisca Anyango, the head teacher of the school, we want to ask her and that this kiondo, that is a desktop, will be properly used, and we hope that the accounting and financing and the finance team of this school will be able to use it to input the data that is required, so that the parents and other stakeholders of this school can be able, when they go to the app, they can be able to track the expenditure and the money that has been received in this school and how it has been expended.
We've been planning to get a computer for our financial controller. You all know Betty, isn't it? Who handles all the finances in the school. But now I think that has been brought down our shoulder. So this is going to go to Betty's office for all the finances, so that she uses all the paperwork that she's been handling. Thank you so much, and may you be blessed so much.
What excites me about the app is the fact that it empowers citizens and residents of Nairobi, and even Embakasi and Nairobi, and even the countrywide, to be able to monitor public funds that are dispersed for use in the education sector and even the health sector. And after that, if they encounter or if they see any discrepancies in those funds and how they are used, they can report through the app.
Ukitumia hiyo app unaweza uliza maswali, unaweza report incidents zile huwezi elewa, na utapata wenzako ambao pia wanaelewa zaidi wanaweza kukujibu hapo hapo.
By using this app and reporting suspected corruption or mismanagement, you can help us track when money is mismanaged and make sure that it's used for the things it was intended to be used for.
This app is really a tool that is to be used by you. And if you don't use it, it can be very amazing, its functions, but it will mean nothing. So I would also like to really encourage everyone to use it and to make it yours, because that's the way it will have an impact.
Participating in monitoring the expenditures is key to ensuring that the education sector and likewise the health sector blossoms.
We are very, very happy with what Transparency International is doing, and I want to believe that with time, Embakasi is going to be ahead of all the other sub-counties in management of the FPE funds in terms of accountability and in terms of ensuring that those funds are being used prudently.
Let me appreciate the effort of the Transparency International and the Swedish Embassy, who are the initiators of this project, for supporting this great initiative.
People should use the app because it's an innovative way of accessing information. Instead of going to the school, you're able to get information on how much has been disbursed at your public primary school or health center straight on your phone. As long as you have the FOT app, you're able to see how much has been disbursed for this year for free primary education funds, how much has been disbursed to the health centers, for the maternity funds, and you're also able to report any issue that relates to mismanagement of those funds through the app.